Hello. In the previous activity, we used a diode as a blocking component to extend the runtime of our motor as our capacitor discharged. In this activity, we're going to introduce a two-way switch into our circuit. Here you can see the circuit symbol here. You can see that we have one terminal on this side of the switch and two terminals on the other side of the switch. And it depends when we click our switch which terminal is in use. So if the switch is up, we use this terminal and this terminal. If we throw the switch down, we use this bottom terminal and this terminal. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to disconnect the circuit a little bit first. We're going to switch off our multimeter and disconnect that from our circuit. Put that to one side. Sometimes it's easier to do this to make sure that we wire our circuit correctly. So our two-way switch is going to go between our motor and our diode. So we're going to have an input from the capacitor into this single terminal of our switch. I'm going to connect the diode to this terminal of our two-way switch, and then I'm going to connect a lead from the second terminal of our two-way switch to our motor. And by doing this, we've created a charge circuit, and then if we flick the switch, we've created a run circuit. I'm going to reintroduce our multimeter here. We're going to use that as a voltmeter, so we're going to connect that back in parallel to our capacitor. So remember, the black negative terminal lead goes to the COM socket of our multimeter, and the lead from the red positive terminal of our capacitor goes to our volts, ohms and milliamp socket on our multimeter. We're using it as a voltmeter, and we're going to turn it to the 20 volts DC setting. Okay, so at the moment I have our switch set so that it is for a charge circuit. So when I turn my hand crank generator in a clockwise direction, we should see that our capacitor charges. So you can see the reading on the multimeter. I'm going to increase the rate at which I turn the hand crank generator so that we have around 5 volts. Okay. So now I'm going to count to 30, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All the time you'll notice that the motor, the fan, is not spinning. And it isn't spinning now, so we're not losing the charge directly to the motor. And what has happened is that we've charged our capacitor, but by using the two-way switch, we've now allowed us to use that charge in our capacitor when we want to.